Hey team, celebrity headhunter Brian Daniel here with the Celebrity PA Network Staffing Agency. I want to talk to you about this home planner. In the domestic staffing industry, of course, we're going to call this a house manual. Now, this is definitely old school. This is something old school because it's physical and you're writing in it. Okay, because a lot of these systems now are digital, but in the old days, when I was in the game full-time as like an EA, PA, chief of staff, house manager, right, we were creating these from scratch using 3-ring binders. So now there are some companies that print these, okay? Let me tell you why I love this physical hardcover copy and when it would be appropriate for your family to use this. So first, let me just give you an inside look. Very hard cover, very good material. I like this like gold leaf. Of course, it's not real gold, but it's shiny and glittery. The pages are very thick. You can see here a lot of color. This is first class all the way. No messing around. They intended this to be used and kept. So let me just give you a quick glance on the inside. There are 159 pages, and I'm just going to give you the sections. Family meetings, family emergency preparedness, maintenance, home cleaning, parent school system, filing cabinet, home budget. Okay, now, when would it be appropriate for your family to use this? In my personal opinion, this is primarily designed to be used if you have children, okay? Because it has things like family meetings and you write a family mission statement. They give you a whole list of here it is, like value and purpose, commitment, fitness, power, love, integrity, describe your family. And there'll be a page where you put 10 of these words to describe your family. So it's good to teach children lessons also. Now, the other bit of good news, if you have children, maybe on the younger side, right, they're going to need something physical, right? There are plenty of digital house manuals out there now, but they're not going to be that appropriate for kids. The other problem with the digital ones, there's pros and cons for everything. Out of sight, out of mind, right? So you got to think about that too. The other cool thing that I like about this is not only is it all laid out for you and you don't have to do much, you don't have to use much brain power, but this is awesome if you want to have an archive for your family. So, after the kids grow up, maybe they're getting ready to go to college, you can go back and say, hey, Jimmy, hey, Tommy and Sally, remember when we made this? This is also good, too, for holding kids accountable, right? Because you make an agreement with them, you write something down here, and then you say, oh, look, Timmy, remember on page 95, and you put your initials down here, and you said you were going to do this? So the other last comment I'll make about this is that not only can you look back at this with your own family, but if you were to use this kind of system for years and then you want to pass the entire thing on, people that are in your family 100 years from now can pull these out and say, oh, let's look at what the Smith family was doing 100 years ago, and you could pull something that up, like that out. I think that's worthwhile because not enough usually by the time, a lot of kids don't even know their great-grandparents. They forget all about it, and they certainly don't know their great-grandparents. So anyway, rock and roll.